Tell Stalin to call me back. Good evening and welcome to the program. Next year will mark the 60th anniversary of when the first artificial satellite was launched into Earth's atmosphere in 1957. Tonight, we'll take a special look into the Cold War and how the space race played an extremely large role in it.
The arms race grew out of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union, the two most powerful nations after World War II. For half a century, the two superpowers competed for supremacy in a global struggling pinning democratic capitalism against totalitarian communism. Space race was a crucial arena for this rivalry. Before a watchful world, each side sought to demonstrate its superiority by impressing the world with their astonishing advancements in rocketry and spaceflight, which would ultimately allow them to reach the final frontier of superiority.
October 4th, 1957 was both a wonderful and frantic day. The United States had come out of World War II as the most powerful country in the world, but yet they still feared the Soviet Union. The military arms race and technological advancements have soon led to proposals of one day achieving astronomical feats, but the Soviets were already ahead of the game. Only a few years after the United States had announced plans to launch a satellite into space, the Soviets launched Sputnik 1. Nothing in history had ever made it to space, but the Soviets managed to accomplish this. The satellite itself was only the size of a basketball, yet it was still revolutionary in what it achieved. With such great tension between the Soviets and the United States, both the space race and the arms race began with the Soviets taking the lead.
Shortly after the launch of Sputnik 1 in 1957, America experienced a media uproar as the public did not accept that the Soviets would be able to launch the first functioning satellite into space before their own Vanguard project was finished. Furthermore, the very rocket that launched Sputnik 1 into space would be able to be used as an intercontinental ballistic missile, which would allow the Soviet Union to send a nuclear warhead from Russia to the United States. The news clip we're about to show you shows the reactions that the American people had when they learned of the launch of Sputnik.
In a masterpiece of propaganda timing, the Soviet Union announced that it has launched Sputnik No. 2, carrying a live dog into space. Yet behind the scientific success lies a grim military warning, confirmed now by Anglo-American scientists. The very rocket that launched Sputnik No. 2 is capable of carrying a 1.5 ton hydrogen warhead more than 5,000 miles to a target.
This created widespread panic and fear in the United States, as the Americans realised that the Soviets were now able to hit them with a ballistic missile from great distance. Currently, the American solution at the time was to produce B-52 bombers, which could travel large distances and deliver nuclear payloads wherever they wanted. However, a system to protect America had to be devised. A result of this was the DEW, the Defence and Early Warning System, which has restored confidence to the American people.
To commemorate the 60th anniversary, we will now be showing a special report made in the 1960s, which gives a new perspective on the space race. However, we'd like to apologise in advance, as a few clips have not been able to be recovered. Tonight, on our special report, tension is on the rise as we discuss the current Cold War efforts between the US and USSR. Myth or legend, a coverage of the international, or should I say intergalactic race.
Russian technology, fear or be feared. We talk about the missiles that were leaked by American spies, Later in the program, we discuss what the future may have in stock for us as tensions between the USA and USSR continue to deteriorate.
For the race to the moon, fierce competition is still raced on between the two countries who lead the world in space and rocket technology. The USA and USSR have both been making compelling discoveries and advancements. In today's news, the Americans have plans to land a man on the moon. There have been many speculations and rumours leaked out about this, but no country in this race has thought of this to be true. Apollo 11 is the name of the plan, and this remarkable feat is just a show of America. The importance of this, in a scientific sense, is that for a rocket to reach the moon, it has to leave Earth's gravity, which deduces that Americans not only have a strong rocket that can resist the vacuum of space, but a rocket that can maintain flight for long periods of time and increase speeds at high altitudes.
As we look into the future during these dark times, we can finally have some hope for this conflict to end. With the landing on the moon achieved by the US, and just the advancement in all areas such as army, economic and social might possibly mean an end to this conflict between these two powerhouses, the US and the Soviet Union. Hopefully the US will always stay peaceful and won't try to start a war to gain more power. Due to the advancements in weapons such as the nuclear bomb has led to many theories. People are scared of the world being destroyed if a World War III occurs, because they fear the whole world being nuked. But at the same time, it has opened the way to nuclear energy and much more. The future for the Soviet Union seems dim, as every 1 in 5 men are employed in the army or work army-based. And since the Americans are starting to show a winner, they will become very economically unstable, but will eventually recover.
We hope you enjoyed that segment of the lost footage we recovered after 60 long years of waiting. I hope it provided some insight into the arms race, the space race, and the tensions it caused throughout the world during the Cold War. This has been your favourite Channel 6 host, Alex Harsas. Have a good night.